Hi, so today we're going to have a quick look at the Geopal GJD04C control panel for gas detection. So this is a two-channel version. There's also a single channel, but this particular one will take two detectors. So pretty straightforward. You have a switch here which toggles the detector on or off. We have a alarm 1 and alarm 2, a fault indication, a test and a reset. So the test will just fire the relays within the panel to give an output on the relay to whatever you have. When you're happy that you need to reset your alarm, you have a reset that you can toggle here. So it's pretty neat, pretty straightforward. It's it's on off, fairly straightforward. I've taken a couple of screws out here already to so I can get into this a little bit handier here for the video, but it's pretty well screwed up. So if you can see this here, this is the terminations. Nice nice cable entry arrangement here along the bottom. Good size. Slightly offset here, just so you can get into it nice and handy. There's your mains input. These are your two detectors, A, B, C, S, and when we look inside the detector in the other video, you'll see where the terminations are for these. So on this particular one, we've detector 1, detector 2. On the 02C version of this, we just have a single input for one detector. Alarm 1 and 1 2 would be the high sensitivity and the standard sensitivity. So we set the sensitivity of the alarms using potentiometers inside here. So we'll have a look at that now in a second, and obviously your mains input. So pretty straightforward. Nice cable entry here. Good size for your terminations, everything else. And there's an option to come back entry on this as well, if that suits your arrangement. Typically you see these, they go into kitchens and boiler houses and things like that, and this is a calibratable version of this. There's gas detection out there where you put in the detector and you put in the panel, and once a year or so you have to change the detector because they're factory calibrated, and there's nothing more can be done with it. Whereas these ones we can put a known type of gas, a calibrated type of gas into the system once a year or every 6 months when we're doing our routine testing and maintenance, recalibrate the system and make sure everything's working as expected. So we'll have a quick look at that. So there's 4 screws holds this in. It's just 1 second, I'll have them out here. So inside here, just a quick look, we have a buzzer, a sounder inside here that goes off when the gas detector activates, and you can actually mute this permanently. There's a tab here for turning that on and off. This is the only user replaceable part inside here, which is a fuse for the system. And kind of the business end of this, the important stuff here is on the back of the main control board. So we have one which is obviously for detector 1 and detector 2. So depending on which one you're working on, we can set this to automatically reset for activations on the high and the low alarm, and that depends on how you set these jumper switches. Generally we don't set any alarms to automatically reset, because if we've detected gas in a boiler house or a kitchen or something like that, we tend to want to switch off the gas, have it investigated before we manually turn it back on. So while it may be an advantage for your particular requirement, generally we don't set these to auto reset. And these are your alarm 1 and alarm 2, so your high or standard sensitivity alarms. These are the potentiometers for setting that, and how we do that is we discharge a known gas at a given parts per million quantity into the detector, and we then set this, and it determines the voltage that's going through the system and gives us the required alarm. So that's the panel itself. It's a nice, neat unit, pretty self-contained, and that's what you put in if you had a requirement for 2 gas detectors. Okay, we'll have a quick look at one of the detectors also. So I'll just put that aside. So this here is the relevant detector to go with that panel, and this is the Geopal GJC. And when we open this up, you see on the inside the four terminations that marry up with the four terminations on the inside of this. So the ABCS, and it's pretty straightforward. You can't really go wrong with it. This is your cable entry here, so you gland into that side of it, and then this is the actual gas detection end of it. So you would this is where you're going to put your gas for your calibration and your testing end of it. Once you have them sighted correctly. So that's the detector on that, and that's the panel. If you have any queries on gas detection or how you might connect up your gas detection to interface with other systems on your site, give us a call in the office, or you can email us on info@comsec.ie. So that's just a very quick overview of a 2-channel gas detection panel. Thanks. Bye.